Welcome back, everybody, to another day, and you guessed it, another episode of Amateur Pool. I'm Josh, your host. Today we've got a tap league match. This is 9-ball. This is a new guy, well, new to me anyway. I think he's new this session on the league. His name's Armando Sanjuan. And I'm telling you, he was a pretty good shot, man. It was real nice meeting him, nice playing him, and we're going to check this match out. He won the lag. That was him that just broke. He definitely made a ball, but doesn't have a great shape on the one. He's got to look at the one. So there's not a whole lot he can do. He could hit the one full and try to send the one this way and just maybe leave the cue ball up here, or he could do that opposite and just tag the side of it and send the cue ball down here. Looks like he's going to tag the side of it. Armando's a skill level 6, so we've got an even... No, he's skill level 6. I'm a skill level 7 in 9-ball. So I have to give him one game on the wire. He's got to go to 6, and I've got to go to 7. So he needs 6. I need 7, and he missed the 1 ball. I think mostly because he was jacked up shooting over top of the 6. So he missed the 1 ball, which gives me ball in hand here. I am going to... Looks like I'm going to use bottom and come back this way for the 2. I could go straight down, but the speed's a little more touchy that way. You go off a couple rails and the speed's a lot easier. So you see I overhit it a little bit. If I went 1 rail there, I might have been in trouble if I overhit it. But going a couple rails, yeah, I think what I do 3 rails, the speed's a lot easier to control. So I'm going to try to get right in here so I can make the 3-6 combo. That's what I was looking at there. I might have got it. It might be tight. I don't know. It's hard to tell from our angle here, but I think maybe I can still get it. Just got to be careful not to dick the 8 or the 4, and hopefully the 3-6 is pretty easy, I think, as long as I can hit the 3 in the right spot. Yep, there it is. Now I'm lined up for a combo. It's a little off angle. One I'm supposed to be able to handle, but, you know, you guys know how that works already, man. Sometimes I can handle them, sometimes I can't, and it's just the way it goes, man. That's why this is called amateur pool, you know, because I don't always make these shots, you know. Sometimes I like to miss them. It's just facts. It's just facts, guys. You know, I'm trying to get better, but for now, you're watching amateur pool, not professional pool, man. Although, stick around for a second because this is a very strong match. I know you can't tell it right now because he gave me ball in hand in that opening shot, and then I just missed that combo, but trust me, stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial, man. This is the first match for me in this league night. Now the 9 doesn't count there because you have to mark the pocket in tap league. So that's going to spot up to here. And he is going to continue to shoot though because he made this other ball over here. So he'll spot the 9. There he goes. And he's still shooting. So I think he's in good position. He can just draw back a little bit to here, make the 5 next. He followed forward for the side pocket. I'm not sure why he did that. It's a lot more cue ball movement. And now he has a way tougher shot and shape. So he's either got to send the cue ball around this way to come back for shape, or he's just got to slow roll it and leave it over here somewhere. Yeah, he went 3 rails around for shape, which is the way I would have played it too, 3 rails. But personally, I would have made the 4 and drew the cue ball back to here and shot the 5 that way. It would have been a little easier. He could have just stop shotted the 5, and then he would have been right here to shoot the 8 ball. Now he left me a good shot on the 5. I just got to make sure I don't hook myself on the 9. That was mostly straight right. I might have had a little bit of bottom, but it was mostly straight right hand spin. I just wanted to make sure I came over around the 9 ball. Now I can shoot this 8 in the side. I'll probably go 1, 2, 3 rails either to here, or if I overhit it, I can come up here and shoot it in the other pocket. So yeah, I hit it a little firm, which is okay. I knew I would still have a shot if I hit it firm, and I would rather do that than underhit it, because if I underhit it, I end up somewhere in here along that line, and that becomes a lot tougher shot, you know. You know, you guys already know. You already know. You know what I'm saying, little Timmy? You already know. All right, so I'm going to make this 9, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Whew, barely wiped its feet on the way, and I'm glad these are 5-inch pockets on a valley table. Otherwise, I would have missed that shot. Nevertheless, I'm up 1-0 my break. Am I going to make something? I am not going to make anything. I got a little lucky where the one ended up because I think he's going to play a safety here is really the only shot, unless he tries to bank it past the 3, but that's tough. I think he'll play a safety on me. Yep, played a safety on me and did a pretty good one too. I think he left me a little piece of the, oh, maybe he left me the whole one here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it though, man. This is not the easiest idea in the world. Maybe I could just try to hit it straight and bounce the one up this way and just try to get the cue ball to come off the rail and stay behind the 8 up here. I don't know if I can absolutely do that or not. Let's see. Oh, I nicked it. Okay, I nicked it and came around. I was trying to get behind those balls and leave them safe. I don't think I did very well with that. I think he's got the easy shot. I think he can see it all day long. Bink, and the worst part is the 2's right here. So if he makes that, the cue ball is just going to go like this, right up into here for the 2. All he's got to do is clutch up and make this shot. He's playing safety on me. I am very surprised with that shot. Maybe, I don't think the camera angle fooled us, guys. I think the shot was there. I think he felt uncomfortable with it and decided he should play safe, man, because the shot was there for sure. Maybe he just isn't feeling super comfortable yet. Would be the only reason I could think that he would try to save me instead of making that out. Nevertheless, I'm breaking out the jump cue, brought to you by Raven Jump Cues, guys. I have a discount code for Raven carbon fiber cues. They're great cues, reasonably priced, and if you want 10% off, use code Josh, Josh. You guys know how to spell Josh. I don't know why I spelled it. I tried that jump shot. I missed it. It was a successful jump, just didn't aim it very well. I didn't make the ball. Now, I don't see him not making this one, right? I don't think he's going to play safety here, which he didn't. He just stunned over for the 2. He'll probably make this 2. This is the 3 ball. I know it's a little weird because this 7 ball is very red, but this is the 3 ball and this is the 7 ball. So he left himself straight on the 3. He'll just make that straight down. He doesn't have much angle here. He could try to roll the cue ball up to here, or if he could try to punch it over like this and shoot the 4 that way. He rolled it up. And he did pretty well with it too, man. He rolled up a little further than he wanted, but that's better than being behind the 9. You know, you'd rather be up where he's at because then you still have a shot. Now, he's going to have to cut this in, but he's going to have to use a little bottom and send the cue ball around table. It's hard to get back on that 5, man. So he decided to play safety. All right, he's obviously not super comfortable on the table yet. That's why he's playing safety when he has chances to get out. That changes, though, because I start playing pretty well, and he realizes he's got to start running out. And I think it's about to start right now. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys, you know. Also, I got a new microphone, man. Let me know how it sounds. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it sounds okay, if it sounds worse, if it sounds the same, you know, let me know. So here, guys, I was shaping for that 6 ball, getting ready to shoot the 6 ball. And I can't remember if it was Armando or someone on my team. They were like, hey, Josh, you got the 5 ball on the table. And I was like, whew, thanks for letting me know, guys. I appreciate you guys. If that was Armando, I think it was. Thank you very much. Good sportsmanship, man. Let me know I was on the 5 ball, so I adjusted course, even though I didn't shape for the 5 ball, but I still luckily had a look at it. It was a little bit tougher shot. You know, I had to spin over. I got lucky and hit the 7. Otherwise, I would have been hooked behind the 7. But now, pretty easy out from here, man. Oh, I might have ran that a little bit too far. I think I did run it a little bit too far. So I can just make this ball and just let the cue ball drift back over and take a longer shot on the 8, or I can punch it with right spin and come around this way. Or I can bank it, I guess, guys. I didn't even think of that route. You know you're feeling good when you're playing bank just for a better shape, you know? You're feeling all right on the table at that point. So I'm going to make the 8 ball here lightly and stay on top for the 9 ball. This is going to be 2-0, guys. Finish this rack, it's going to be 2-0. My pocket marker comes out. That's a chicken wing, by the way. It's plastic. You can't eat it. I've tried, you know. But I'm gonna make this 9 ball, and we are up 2-0, guys. Don't forget, I still need 5 more. He needs 6. So it's now a 5-6 race. I had to give him 1 game on the wire because he's a skill level 6 and I'm a skill level 7. And that's tap skill levels, guys, not APA. If you're familiar with APA skill levels, tap skill levels are usually, like if you're a 7 in APA, you're probably a 6 in tap, you know. It's just tap's handicapping is a little more serious than APA's. A little more serious pool going on in tap because there's no slop. You know, people take it a little more seriously, I think. All right, I break. I made a ball. I got to look at the one. I made the one. And I came back for a good shape on the 2. Let's see if I can get out here, man. I should just be able to either roll this in or come off the rail. Yeah, come off the rail. I put a little inside on it. I don't know why. I would have been fine to come up this way a little bit. But I put inside, so it came over straight. Inside English, that would have been, I think, right spin on that shot. No English on this, just straight up and down. Yep. All right, that 6 ball is way back here, though, so that means I got to draw over into here for a decent shot at it. Just straight draw. Oh, that's too much. That's too much draw. You see me hitting the table, that means slow down. Slow down, ball. I'm not sure I got it now. I think the 8's in the way. I overdrew it. I was amped up, man, and overstroked it. Yeah, I must not have it because I'm going to get a jump cue, I think. I'm going to get the jump cue, man. It's what I got to do, man. This will be my second jump shot already in this match. My second jump shot. This one's maybe a little tougher than the first one because that cut is pretty thin. I don't know, we'll see. The jump's not as severe, though. I don't have to jump as much of the ball. We'll see how it works. Made it. I made it. And I even used inside English to check the cue ball off that rail. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but the cue ball was coming into this rail pretty fast, and then it slowed down coming out of the rail. Means I had right spin on it. All right, if I cut this in, the cue ball is going to be going everywhere. This might be another bank for shape situation like I did before because I'm feeling good. Yes, it is. All right, made it. Made the long rail bank. It was actually off of the short rail. But I call it the long rail bank because it follows the long rail, you know. So in case you guys don't know, this is the long rail and this is the short rail on a pool table. And which really doesn't make sense because all the rails are technically the same size, right? Because you have pockets, so this rail is the same size as this rail. You know, all of them are the same size. I think, anyway. Don't quote me on that. I'm no professional. I'm no expert when it comes to pool table rails. I don't know. Only thing I know for sure is a short rail, you know? That's it. All right, so I broke dry there. Didn't make a dang thing. I said dang. You already know, family channel. So Armando's going to get a good-looking chance at this table, and he's already a little bit in tough shape, man. Tough, rough and tough. I don't know. With his afro puff. I don't know. Rock rough and tough with my afro. That's it. Never mind. You know. Good talk. Good talk. Back to the match. Oh, he made a good shot there. Made a good shot. Now he's got a good-looking angle on that 3. He can just make this with stop, and the cue ball should just bounce like that. Yeah, perfect. Came over nice for the 4. Now he's just going to draw back a little bit to here, probably, and then he'll have the 5. He doesn't even have to draw back if he doesn't want, but it looks like that 5 is maybe close to this point, so he would much rather shoot it from up here than down here. Yeah, he rolled off the rail and came up. Either way, same difference. He just didn't want to use that stop shot or draw, I guess. Oh, and he used inside spin on that one. Okay. I don't hate it, man. That was a good shot. Got nice on the 6. He should be out here, guys. He's going to follow this one up to about here and then shoot the 7 in the side. Mike, subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much, Mike. We appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate you guys. So when I do my commentary, guys, I leave that little graphic on. So if you hit subscribe, maybe I'll be in the middle of another commentary and I'll call you out. Like I just did Mike, man. I appreciate it, Mike. Mike. Guess what day it is? It's not Wednesday, bro. Calm down. It's not hump day. All right, he's straight on this 6, so he's going to draw. Oh, he followed. Surprised he followed there because now he's got the long shot. He followed for short side shape. See, this side of the 9 ball is short side, and this is the normal side where you would want to shape, right? Because it's a shorter distance to shoot the 9 down there. So if he would have drew back here, he would have then had an easier shape on the 9. He went short side, so he followed around the table and tried to get short side on the 9, which he was there, but the shot became real difficult because he didn't get straight on it, and it was a tough shot. So He missed it, left me a shot into the side pocket right here next to these little rainbows on the table. I don't know. I mean, this is a LGBTQ RSTNOV table, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know this table's pronouns, nor do I care. You know what I'm saying? I just play pool. That's it. I just play pool, you know? Only pronouns I know are my buddy Bertrand. He's 6'5". His pronouns are fee, fi, fo, and fum. You know? The green giant, we call him. Big dude. Other than that, IDGAF. If you don't know what that means, I apologize to you, man. You know, read a book or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic, guys. Good chat. Back to the match. Let's go back to the match here. You know, we're here to watch some pool. That's it. That's it. We're just watching pool. That's all we do around here in this channel is watch pool, man, play pool, and have fun. And enjoy life the best we can. It's a tough shot for a gentleman such as myself, man. But not too tough. I made it. I made it. You know, looks like you made it. Now I got shape on the 2, my baby. You know, you're welcome, guys. I'm practically a musical genius. I just made that song up on the spot. You know, I'll be here all week. Anyways, this is a tough shot on the 2. I got to cut the 2 up there. Cue ball's going to want to come this way and hit the 5, so I'm going to have to put some draw on it to bring it over this way. We'll see how it works. Outside spin too? Yeah. So the draw brought me here, and the outside spin brought me straight back, pretty much. And I ended up pretty nice on this 3 ball. So from the 3, I'm going to make this, and I'll probably just come around either over here. Yeah. Yep, perfect. Well, that's about as good as you can get. Now I'm going to end up shooting this 6-9 combo because I'm on this side. So really, shaping that 6 ball is... I don't want to try to get over here. That's a little bit tough to shape from where I'm at right now. So I'll probably follow the cue ball this way and come around in for the 6 ball somewhere in there. That's top with a little bit of right spin. Yep. Quite a bit of right spin, it looked like. Yep, I had the pocket marker in my pocket. That's why they call it a pocket marker. You know, you keep it in your pocket, bro. No, I don't know. That's not true. They call it a pocket marker because you mark the pocket. You know, I'm such a smart guy. You know, I'm a fart smeller. I'm a pretty fart smeller. Smart feller, I mean. Never mind. Anyway, back to the match. We're going to forget about that. We're going to forget about that, and we're going to keep in mind the fact that I just made that combo, and now, guys, I'm up to 5, and he has yet to get a game. So turn it into a pretty good match here, other than the fact that I just scratched off that break. And like I said, Armando's been watching me get out, man. So time to stop playing timid, my friend, and start running out, Armando. Let's see what you got here, brother. Let's see what you got, man. You know? Listen, here I go with the fist again. That's my go-to. I don't know why. I always, like, I accentuate my words with my fist for whatever reason. It's the stupidest thing in the world, but it's what I do, you know? It's what I do. All right, Armando's going to shoot this one in the corner. He's going to come off the rail and back down for the 2. That's a good shot. Now, remember, this is the 3 ball. I know this one looks like the 3 ball, but it's not. So this is the 3 ball. He's going to make this with a little top, a little left, and come up into here, I would imagine. He just went straight. It's a little harder to control the speed that way, and he got lucky. He almost got married up to the 5 ball. He almost got married today. You know, congratulations, Armando. You're about to get married. But he didn't. That's why I put inside on that and come off the rail. It lessens the chance of getting hooked behind that 5 ball, and it makes the speed easier to control. When you go off extra rails, the speed is easier to control. Speaking of speed, he just hit that one with perfect pocket speed. That was a nice shot. And he did that so he could hold here for the 4. That wasn't easy to do. He played it nice, drew over into the 8 and bumped the 8 out of the way. He said, "Excuse me, 8 ball. I got a 5 ball to shoot here, my man." You know, good chat, 8 ball. Good chat. It was nice. All right. He just punched that one straight over off the rail. Now he's got the 6. He's looking good for the 6. If he just makes that with center ball, he should come down here. He can come off the rail and end somewhere in there, and then shoot the 7 in the side. Now, if he hits this too hard and comes up table, he should still end up with a shot at the 7 down in the corner. So, oh, he doesn't want to get behind that 9 ball, though. Whew. So he probably let off his stroke there. So instead of center going like this, the center went that way. Because he didn't finish, he didn't completely follow through on his stroke. And that's what happens when you don't follow through all the way, your English doesn't work. That's why like some people have a hard time figuring out what English to use. 99% of the time you already know what English to use, but your stroke isn't making the English work correctly. You know, that's why it's so important to just mainly practice your stroke. And when your stroke becomes accurate and consistent, then you start working on English. Because I mean, English is actually pretty easy. You know, when you spin the ball one way, it'll come off the rail and it'll push it. You know, I mean, it's not that hard. The English part is fairly easy to figure out. It's the stroke inconsistency that makes the English react different. So you can put the same English on the cue ball, but if your stroke's different, that English is going to react different. So it's important to get a consistent stroke, and then the English figures itself out pretty much, guys. That's my take on it anyway, but what do I know, you know? I'm just a stupid amateur. Anyway, back to the match. Good chat. We're on the one ball. I think we should be able to make this one pretty easily. Just kidding. Man, it wasn't that easy. I almost missed it. And because I didn't hit it thin enough, I came down with the wrong speed and ended up marrying that two ball. So congrats to me. I just got married, guys. Congratulations, you know. Congrats, you, Bob. Go ahead and send me a wedding gift, you know. P.O. Box, wedding, Josh. I don't know. Just kidding anyway. So I played a safety there. I was working on that cue ball mostly, just trying to get it back behind the 9 and the 8, which I did, knowing the 2 ball was going to shoot over that way. So it was the best I could do with that shot, I think, man. He's got a tough way to hit this one. Couple options. He could go this way, something like this, you know, and try to hit it. He could also go the 3-rail route, like this, and try to hit it. It's tough. I think maybe he could do 1 rail with left spin and come over at it. So he's got a couple ways he can try to hit this. And the 2's so close to the pocket right there that if he makes a good hit on it, he's got a good chance of making it. So he's going 1 rail route. He's getting 1 whale route. 1 whale. He's doing the 1 whale route. It's fantastic, the 1 whale route. Yes, Armando. That's the best shot I've ever seen. Yes. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm done doing that. I don't know why I started talking the 1 rail route. That's hard to say, bro. Try it yourself. Try it right now. Bro, you really tried it. I see you. I saw you over there trying to say it. Come on, man. Can't believe you actually did that. Anyway, back to the match. Good chat. Let's get back to the match. All right, got this 4 ball straight over 1 rail. 1 whale. Oh, I went 2 rails like an idiot. Oh, see me throw my hand up. I didn't want to go 2 rails, but I did. So now I've got like a weird angle on this 6. I may draw over to here. If I would have went 1 rail, and ended up with this angle, I could have just made it and followed the cue ball up like that. But I didn't. I got a weird angle, so I had to draw over for this shot. Now, this is a thinner cut than I would like for a gentleman such as myself. It's not easy, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and I hit it bad, too. It wasn't easy to begin with, and it makes it way harder when you hit it bad like that, man. You know? What a moan. You know? Sometimes you just hit them bad, and you a moan. Yes! I said I was done with that already, and I keep doing it, man. How many people have changed the channel already? Raise your hand. Just kidding. If you changed the channel, you didn't hear me say that. So you guys that are still here are real. You know, you're the real ones. In fact, since you're still here, you might as well hit the like button for me, man. You know, I know you hear all the YouTubers say it, bro, but it helps. The more likes my video gets, the more YouTube wants to show it to new people. So the more new people we can get to watch amateur pool matches, bro. You know? The more amateur pool we can spread around the world, man. That's my goal, is to take over the whole world with pool. All right, I'm done. That was stupid. Anyway, back to the match. I just went pinky in the brain mixed with Dr. Evil. He just slopped that 7 ball in, and you hate to see it, but that's the game of 9 ball. It happens sometimes. And he ended up with a good look at the 8. Stop shot there for the 9 and the other side. And Armando is about to get his second game of this match, bro. So I only need 2 more, but once he makes this 9 ball, he's only gonna need 4 more. You know what I'm saying? He finally stopped playing timid and decided to start running out, and it's doing all right for him. You know, so far so good for him. So the score is 2-5. I need 7. He needs 6. And we're off. We're off to the races. You know, he broke. I don't think he's got to look at this 1 ball. He's gonna have to push out here, I think, unless he tries to kick at this, which would be crazy. I mean, the only kick I can see would be going this way. But the challenge with that kick, it doesn't come with any benefit, even if he makes a good hit there. So he's pushing out, yeah. And that was a pretty good push out, man, because it's locked up on that 6 ball. I don't think I can bank it this way because it's on the 6 ball, so I don't know exactly what angle it's going to come out at. The 6 ball is too close to the rail, so you can't combo it in. Yeah, so I told him, go ahead and take it, man. And that's unusual when you can see the 1 ball. Normally, if I can see the 1 ball, I'm not going to give it back. But there's no other balls around there for a good safety. He did the best he could with it. And honestly, it turned out pretty well. Turned out pretty okay for him, man. I eat Taco Bell for lunch, man, and I just had a little burp. And, man, I could taste it. You know, it was a Mexi Melt. And no, they don't have Mexi Melts. You have to create them yourself these days, guys, you know. So the hack, if you want a Mexi Melt, is order a cheesy roll-up, add beef, add pico de gallo, and you get a Mexi Melt. That's what you got to do, man. Anyway, back to the match. Good chat. Follow me for more culinary expert tips, you know. You know us fat guys, man. Culinary experts, bruh. That's right, man. Experts in the culinary field. Not that I'm a good cook. I'm a good eater. You know, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. All right, he's got this 2 ball. Good angle. He'll just follow down for the 3. Well, not on that line, though. On that line. Followed down for the 3. He's got a good-looking way to get to the 4 here. He can actually just hit this center ball, and it'll push the 8. The 8 will come this way, and the cue ball will just stay right in here. Yeah. Yep. Just like that. He went a little bit 50-yard line here. I mean, he's got to shoot it this way because the 5 is blocking the other way. It's not an easy shot from here. Not to mention, he's got to draw off this rail and back out for the 5. So it's not the easiest thing in the world. He followed it. He followed it. I don't hate that, but the problem with that is when you roll it like that, it makes the shot way harder. If he would have hit that, you know, medium speed, firm with bottom and controlled the cue ball, I think that he would have had a better chance of making the shot. It's a lot harder to make them when you roll them, you know, and that's what he did there. That's what he had to do to get the cue ball to come up here past the 6. He rolled it with top. All right, I'm going to draw this straight back. Yeah, I didn't need much. Got a good angle on the 6, so I can either hit this real soft, which is scary on a valley bar box, or I can punch it, come straight up and back, or I can draw it with right spin and go this way. Any one of those will work. I drew it with right spin, but I don't think I hit it hard enough. Nope, sure didn't. Sure enough didn't, you know? Now I'm looking at either a real thin cut that makes it impossible to get to this 9 ball because the cue ball is just going to go straight back and forth, or I got to try to bank it with a little bit of left spin and come up this way. I think a bank's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, and I didn't make it, and I scratched. Oh, I did make it, and I scratched. So I'm going to give him that game because I'm not going to make him shoot ball in hand on the 9 ball. Did our colors just change? I feel like the table and everything just got more yellow. I don't know. I don't know, bro. You know, like I said, culinary expert, yeah. You know, editing expert, videography expert, no, not so much. Pool expert, definitely not. You know, pool amateur, yep. Anyways, he broke. He made a ball. He's got a good looking shape at the 1, but look at the 2. The 2 is going to save my booty here, probably, unless he draws over and breaks it out. It's exactly what he's trying to do, but he didn't quite get there. Now he's got to look at the 2. He's going to have to play me a safety, though, I think. Yep, that was a good shot, but is he going to leave me the gap? I think he did. I think he left me the gap, if I'm not mistaken. If I can't make it in the side, I could probably make it down here in the corner. I'm trying. You see me turning my head like I can actually change the angle. It's a camera, bro. You can't change the angle by looking at it different. That's stupid. I'm gonna cut it from the side. I hit the 3. It did look tight. That's why I was twisting and turning to try to get a better angle at it. But that was before I realized you can't get a better angle, bro. It's already recorded at whatever angle it was at, you know? So, am I gonna mess around and let him right back into this match so he beats me, guys? You know, I've been on 5 since he was on 0. He's won the last 3 in a row, and then I just gave him ball in hand again. If he gets this one, he'll be on 4, and now we got an even race to 2, guys. What am I doing with my life, you know? What am I doing with my life here, man? Missing shots, giving ball in hand. Man, oh man, you know? Someone call the police. I'm getting robbed, you know? Call the police. I need to speak to a manager. Never mind. Cancel that call to the police. I don't need the manager anymore because I'm back. I got another shot. I'm going to cut this 3 ball probably. I probably am going to thin cut this 3 ball, I would imagine. It's really my only shot unless I want to play a safety, which is a viable option. I don't hate the safety here. I am playing a safety. Yep. So that was straight left spin. I was realistically trying to get him right here behind the 6 ball. Straight left is all that was. So when the cue ball hit here, it spun over this way. And my goal was to get right behind the 6. But luckily for me, the 4 was here too. So I did get a successful safety. It's a good snooker. A snooker for all you UK people out there, brother. I love the UK people, man. You know? Love you guys, you know? Ever since we whooped on you back in the day, you guys have been great. You know? I'm just kidding, man. Don't get upset. You know? Oh, man. I'm just joking, man. Just kidding. Just kidding. You Brits are all right. The British are coming. The British are coming. Who said that? Is it Paul Revere? I think it was Paul Revere. Anyways, guys, good chat. Back to the match. You know, we don't need to bring up old topics. You know, we settled that beef years ago. We don't need to bring it up. Especially since it's all for a bit when I'm joking anyway. I don't care. I wasn't alive. I wasn't alive back then. Neither were you. So let's get back to this match. You know, good chat. Good chat. All right, straight draw here or stop shot? Stop shot. All right, I'll make this one in with a little bit of draw and a little bit of left spin just to get the cue ball back up over into here somewhere. I could just go straight over too, but I doubt it. Yeah, that was draw, left spin. I've got a nice angle on this 6 ball. Well, it's actually, I could use more angle here than what I got. So I've either got to punch it hard forward and come around this way, or I've got to punch it hard with spin and come back that way. I cheated it and drew it straight back. That was option number 3. I hadn't even talked about that option yet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even mention that option yet. I didn't think I was going to do it that way. You know, apparently I was wrong. You know, it's happened once before in my life. Maybe twice. I don't know. Anyways, I did finish that rack. Anyway, I did finish that rack. And now I'm on the hill, guys. And I'm breaking. And I'm scratching. You know? Can't forget about that part too. Breaking and scratching. It's what I like to do, man. It's probably my favorite thing in the world, you know? If you guys watch other pool YouTubers, who am I? Who am I right now? Who is this guy? It's Drew Vonport, bro. He's actually a good dude, man. If you haven't checked out Drew Vonport's channel, check him out, man. He's a cool dude. I like him. He's a good dude, man. One of these days I like to meet him. We've chatted a lot, you know, with DMs and stuff, but one of these days I like to meet him in person, maybe collab and spank him on the pool table a little bit. That's right, Drew. I know you don't watch these videos, but I'm sure one of your people will tag you in it or send it to you. Don't be ducking me, bro. I'm gonna drill you on the pool table one of these days, sucker. One of these days, boy. I'm gonna put it to you. We're gonna have a YouTube tournament. A pool YouTuber tournament, man. Would be fun. We'll invite everybody except FX. F that guy, man. You know? And if you don't know why, I'm not gonna explain it. It's old stuff. We're not bringing it up. Just know I don't like that guy. You know? He's arrogant. He's an arrogant guy. Anyways, guys, back to the match. I'm loose-lipped today for whatever reason, you know. Got me all on that sauce, that energy drink sauce, you know. I'm all lubed up, man. Talking smack about people, you know. Anyways, let's get back to the match here. All right, you see me marking this pocket? I don't think it'll go. Do you see how they're lined up? They're lined up to go that way. But if there's a gap there and I can get the cue ball to hit right here, push the 3 this way, if there's a gap, then maybe, just maybe, the 9 ball will go that way. That's what I'm looking at right now. See, there must be a gap because I'm lining it up. So what I got to do is try to kick and hit exactly right there. That's what I got to try to do. It's not easy, though, being cheesy, I'll tell you that. And I'm a very cheesy guy, you know, so I know it's not easy being cheesy. I did make a good hit, and I actually made the 8 ball, which means I still get to shoot even though I'm hooked. You know, he slapped one in and got perfect shapes on the 8 earlier. I slap one in and get hooked behind the 8. You know, that's fair. That's fair. You know, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Anyway, guys, I'm jacking up the pool cue. No, it's a jump cue. I'm jacking up the jump cue. Jacking the jump cue. You know, I like to jack the jump cue every now and then. It's not weird. Don't make it weird, bro. It's a family channel, you know. All right. Notice when I jump, you see, if you rewind the tape and watch it back, my eyeballs don't look down here. My eyeballs still look at the ball I want to hit. I'm still looking at my hit point. And my theory to this, and this is how I shoot too. A lot of people have differences of opinions, whether you look at the cue ball when you shoot or whether you look at the object ball. I've always been a look at the object ball kind of guy because my theory is your body automatically goes to where you're looking. Like when you throw a baseball, wherever you're looking is where you throw that baseball. And it's kind of the same way with your stroke, in my opinion. Wherever my eyes are locked into, that's where my stroke points to. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good chat. He just missed that 7 ball. This may cost him the game if he leaves me a shot. He did leave me a shot, albeit not an easy one. That's right. I said albeit, bro. It's albeit not an easy one. This is a tough shot. And if I make it, I should automatically shape the 9, but this is not easy, man. And I sliced it and diced it right in the hole, guys. This should be your match right here. This should be your match. Should be a 7-3 final as long as I don't do nothing dumb and miss this shot. Should be a 7-3 match. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to come in for the handshake here, me and Armando. Speaking of Armando, you're a good dude, man. I had to adjust my on-screen visibility there. Anyway, Armando, thanks so much, dude, for playing with me. Thanks for letting me record the match, and it was a real pleasure meeting you, man. And I look forward to next time we play. You're a good shot. You were a little timid at the beginning of this match. There was a couple times you could have ran out where you opted to play safe, and I understand why. You were a little uncomfortable on the table. You hadn't felt your stroke yet. But, you know, when you're playing someone that plays pretty well, you got to take those opportunities, man, and run with them. I look forward to next time we play, Armando. Everybody out there watching, you know, thank you guys. Thank you guys very much, man. My subscriber count's steadily rising, and if you want to help me, you can hit that subscribe button right now, guys. If you want short rail merch, that link is in the description. Got a few different designs, not just this one. We've got t-shirts, hats. The hats are pretty sweet, dude. Of course, hoodies, you know, tank tops. Even got phone cases and stuff. Check that out. Look at that phone case, bro. Short rail, you know, phone cases. Got a bunch of good stuff on there, man. For all your pool merch needs, check out shortrail.com, guys. And that's it, man. I'm going to get out of here. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.